Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display, daydeal.com's own YouTube channel regarding product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Today we're going to be taking a look at silicone skin covers for the Motorola DROID X. Now I actually have these silicone skin covers lined up by color. I'm actually not trying to be cute or fancy here. We actually want to go ahead and showcase you two different types of skin covers available for the Motorola DROID X. So just kind of a word of warning out there that if you happen to be shopping for silicone skin covers for your DROID X, there's actually a couple of different variants out there. They're not exactly all the same. Even though they are actually made of all silicone material, that's the only universal thing about them. Like we said, they do come in different designs and different design elements. So just go ahead and I'll let you know like that, just as a friendly precautionary. Now in front of us we have on the top your pretty much standard issue type of silicone skin cover. This is the design that you'll pretty much run into most often or not for other cell phones out there. It's a design most people are used to in finding for a silicone skin cover. And on the bottom we have something a little bit off the beaten path, something a little bit more unique with respect to the Motorola DROID X, a silicone skin cover that has a different textured back and it's actually a little bit thicker on the front. I'm going to go ahead and show you how both of those look on the Motorola DROID X. We actually have a display version right here today. Now in general, silicone skin covers, you may be asking yourself, why would I want one? Well, these are pretty much always the first type of accessory to come out for the phone. They're usually the shock troops, so to speak, in the cell phone accessory world, and they're always usually the last ones to leave as well. In other words, you're either going to find these first and you're always going to find these last for your phone if you happen to have a phone that's kind of old or long in the tooth. Silicone skin covers are always very easy to put on and very easy to remove, so they're always the recommended accessory for those of you out there who like using docks or cradles of any type, because you can just go and slip on this cover whenever you need to and take it off respectively. Very easy. Silicone covers, or silicone covers I should call them, are also very lightweight and usually very low profile regardless of whatever phone you happen to have. And the Motorola DROID X is no exception. However, we just want to go ahead and point out that whatever derivative of silicone skin cover you happen to buy or purchase, these are actually a little bit thicker than usual for the DROID X, because it goes without saying this phone is a little bit large. It's a little bit on the hefty side. So manufacturers actually went and took that into consideration. All these covers, regardless of the derivative that you will find out there, are a little bit thick for the phone as well, respectively. So if you're kind of hesitant or on the fence, or you've had bad experiences before with silicone skin covers in general, don't be for the DROID X. Like we said, these are nice and durable and they're nice and thick, regardless of whichever one you happen to purchase. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and show you this basic type of silicone skin cover. This is the most universal design. It basically is a smooth skin silicone skin cover. There's no texture on it, and as you can see, the front area where the screen is going to be at is usually quite exposed. And this is really more or less the standard type of silicone skin cover out there for a variety of phones. So I'm going to use this nice blue design, so it's a little bit easier to show you on camera. And as you can see right there, the front of your DROID X isn't really much taken up, if at all, and most of the black bezeled area is still exposed. Your front buttons are readily accessible. The screen is pretty much not blocked at all, and there is a significant lip on the surface of your phone thanks to the skin cover. So should you happen to just rest your phone on its face for whatever reason, you don't have to worry about your screen getting mucked up or scratched up. And even if you happen to drop your phone on a hard surface, you can kind of go and hear that nice little thud. The lip is going to be taking most of that impact, so no worry there. As far as moldings go, I'm actually not going to go into too much detail with this, just to go and save you some time. But as you can imagine, as on a silicone skin cover, there's going to either be appropriate cutouts or moldings for the buttons. And we can tell you from a pure material standpoint, silicone is very easy to press through. So as you can kind of hear that clicking sound that I'm making with this display version, you never really have to worry too much about pressing buttons using a silicone skin cover. So for those of you out there that worry it's a little bit sticky or you're not going to get that tactile feel, like we said, fear not, it's just really easy to press through the material. Now on this version of the silicone skin cover, you can see the openings on top are a little bit small, and on the side they're a little bit more recessed, so it's a little bit harder for you to go ahead and plug in your appropriate cables, but we actually found no difficulty whatsoever. Finishing off on the rear, you can see basically a nice large opening for your built-in speaker and camera and flash respectively. And this pretty much finishes off the standard version of the silicone skin cover, what we call the more universal version. Now on the bottom we have something a little bit off the beaten path. This silicone skin cover actually has a thicker lip on the front for the screen, and it actually has a textured kind of like a crosshatch design on the rear of the skin cover. Now usually these are for gripping purposes. This is actually to give your skin cover a better feel. But silicone as a material, we can tell from experience, just feels nice already as is. So this design is just really more or less an aesthetic approach to it. It does add a little bit extra grip, but like we said, if you have a silicone skin cover, it's always going to feel nice in your hand regardless. So I'm going to shove this onto the Motorola DROID X, show you how this looks. So this version of the skin cover, the most apparent difference is the front of the face. As you can see, a lot more of that black bezeled area is covered up, and as you can see on the bottom, a lot of that plastic ridge area on the front of your phone is also covered up as well. So this actually gives you a much more significant lip, as you can imagine, on the front of your phone. So like we said, if you're resting it, no worries, and if you happen to drop it, this actually has a lot more protection on this version of the silicone skin cover. However, like I said, for some people it may be an aesthetic turnoff because you're actually seeing more skin cover than you are seeing phone on the front. And on the rear, that's a completely aesthetic choice. This has this kind of basket weave cross thatch design, and you notice the cutouts on this particular version are a little bit smaller on the speaker area, but are actually a lot larger on the other ports. So showing you how that looks, there's some moldings for your power button, and on the side moldings for your volume button and camera button, so no worries there. Like we said, easy to click through, but the opening on top is a lot larger on the for the audio port, as well as on the sides for your lanyard, HDMI, and USB respectively. So more dust in particular matter may happen to come into the phone or get lodged in here due to this more open-ended design, but for some people it's actually more of a preference because it's easier to access those ports. So there you have it. These were two derivatives of silicone skin covers for the Motorola DROID X. There's actually even another derivative we have on our website, dedio.com. But like we said, if you happen to visit our site, we actually try to make it nice and clean cut as possible for you to let you know which design you're getting. So if you're in the market for a silicone skin cover, don't be afraid to pick one up. These are nice, durable protectors. Once again, recommended for those who like using docks and cradles, and they're just not a bad choice for your DROID X because, you know, accessories for the phone unfortunately are a little bit limited at the time. But in general, just buyer beware. Make sure you're getting the cover that you want. Like we said, if it's not from us or it's from somewhere else, there's going to be different variants of these silicone skin covers, so you're going to want the one that fits you nice and the one that you think personally looks the best on your DROID X, which is the most important thing. So feel free to visit us on our website, www.dedio.com, and check out these skin covers available for your DROID X. And as always, keep following us on our YouTube channel, Dedio on Display, for more product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Thanks so much for watching.